is now in session. Session. Good evening and welcome to Night Court. I am the Honorable Judge D. Lit. My friends call me Demetra. Okay. And we are back for another exciting, or what's going to, I'm pretty sure will prove to be another exciting night as we conclude the best of the Burn Pile trial. Let me really quickly change this background so you guys won't be confused about what trial we're on. Okay, let's do. Where is Melody? I don't have one with Melody picture. I don't. That's okay. Boom. Let's keep it real simple. Let me close my door so I won't bother my son. One moment. All right, so my son won't bother me. Watch out, Rod. You done tow his toy all the way up. Shame on you. Go ahead, go. Gotta buy Apollo another toy. Our mascot, the big boy Apollo, to tow up the puppy toy and pull the squeak out of it. All right, good evening. Welcome back, Tanya. Thank you for your timeliness. Welcome back, Sassy Fran. Welcome back, Winter. Welcome back, Miss Steph 219, honey. And Renee, good evening. Welcome back, Lady Steph. Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. That's everyone. Good. I don't know why I feel so out of breath, but I do feel a little bit winded. Don't ask me why. But anywho, tonight, you guys, if you notice in the title, I put conclusion, right? Because I think we're going to be able to wrap this up tonight. And then tomorrow, I actually was cruising down Court TV, and I was absolutely amazed at like how many trials we have covered. Even before we was officially trial watch with Demetra, we have covered so many trials that I didn't even remember we've done that many. So we can look at that tomorrow and pick a new trial from the historical ones. Hey, welcome back, Lady T. I ain't seen you in a while. Good to see you up in here. I saw you the other day though at some. Good to see you. I know you got some projects and stuff you were working on. And Renee said, I was calling for you this morning, Miss Martha Jane. Another woman needed your help. Child. Was Martha Jane a help though? Was she really? I don't think she was a help, okay? I was still thinking about Miss Martha Jane's testimony from yesterday. I was like, how would I feel that one of my extra senior relatives just pop up in court, make themselves be able to get on a stand and do all that? I'll be like, man, Faye, if you don't sit down somewhere, I would have to have somebody go in her house and take her walker or something. You know what I'm saying? Hide the prescription or something. You know, something. But anywho, we're concluding up the Burn Paul trial. It's not looking too good for Melody. Oh, no. Let me not rush it because I think you guys may want to hear. This is tonight going to end the testimonies. But then I think we're going to jump into some phone calls because they had a lot of calls that I really wanted to hear, but I didn't want to listen to without you guys. So let's get started tonight. When y'all take a look at Ted Wiley, let's see what y'all say. But I want to get y'all first reaction. Hold on. Why is this like, okay, there you go. Now, y'all remember Rusty and his little cute old silver fox self, okay? Leave her alone. She could have distracted the jury. Well, yeah. Girl, don't Ted Wiley. This is the first man that Melody had an affair with, the boyfriend of her sister-in-law. This is the man who set up the resentment and the bad reputation and the bad treatment and respect factor in her family with her husband and her children. Don't he look like he should be on Gomer Powell or something, or one of them shows, Mayberry or something? Child, this is Ted Wiley. Let's go.
Good morning.
Morning.
You do not want to be here today, do you?
No, sir.
That's fair. We've subpoenaed you to come in from Alabama, is that right?
Yes, sir.
If you would, state your full name for the record and spell it for us.
Ted Wiley, TED, LWYLIE.
Go ahead and scoot up and pull the microphone down towards you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wiley, I'm not trying to embarrass you or do anything, but you know why you're here today.
Yes, sir.
You understand it's a murder case, and that's why we've asked you to be here.
Yes, sir.
Do you see Melody Walker Farris in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Would you point out, please? She's sitting over here in the black.
Yes,
That's black. How old are you today, sir?
60.
And when did you first meet the defendant?
Welcome back, Kurt Vixen. Why is Melody looking like this? What y'all think Melody thinking? Why is Melody sitting up looking at this man like this? Okay, Lady Steph say all her men look similar, and this one sounds like Gomer Powell or something. Okay, I was not ready for them to put this camera on Melody Walker, and she looking Melody Farris, and she looking crazy like this. Child, she's like, girl, boy, boo. Exactly, Tanya.
85,
And
86, something like that.
when did you meet Gary's sister, Sherry Farris?
Around that same time,
And how long were you
Exactly.
and Sherry Farris in a relationship?
probably 20 years.
During that time, did you meet the defendant?
Yes, sir.
Did y'all ride horses?
Move the. No, I'm not talking about
Okay.
this. Let's move the easel so the juror can see. Just back it up.
Yeah.
You'll need to pull it out.
Welcome, 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 and thank you for becoming an official Little Lane Jury Box juror. We appreciate you, Sassy Francis, and welcome you. Thank you for the support.
All right, Mr. Wiley, you got a soft voice. If you speak in that microphone so we can hear you. So you met the defendant through Sherry Farris, is that how?
Yes, sir.
Did y'all ride horses together or things like that?
We have.
And where did y'all first meet? Was it in Georgia or was it somewhere else?
No, we would see each other at Christmas and birthdays and Thanksgiving and things at Sherry's mother's.
Now, again, I'm not trying to embarrass you, but at some point, did you have a romantic relationship with the defendant?
Yes, sir.
And when did that start?
I can't tell you the exact dates, but it was probably in 2008 or 10, somewhere in that range.
And when y'all would meet and come together, where would y'all meet?
But she's usually coming through town, either going to her friend Sheila's Hutchinson's home, or she would be going to visit her mom at the hospital.
And how long did this romantic affair go on?
Probably 3 or 4 years.
And during that time, do you know whether or not Gary knew about the relationship?
I don't think anyone actually knew about it ever until this happened.
And it was after this that it came out.
I think it did. Then they were suspicious and things, but I don't think that they actually knew. They had no knowledge of it.
And to be clear, it was an intimate relationship more than just friends. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How many times do you think, how often would you see each other when y'all were together, you and the defendant?
We would see each other at that particular time. Before that time, we'd only see each other Christmas and Thanksgiving, but at that time, we might see each other twice a month.
Would y'all meet in motels, hotels, or somewhere else?
We did a time or two.
Would she come to your house and stay at all?
She did.
Was there a time when you remember that she separated from Gary and spent more time with you?
She did. She never stayed more than like a week or something like that. But we were snowed in one time, and her friend Sheila stayed with me. And so, anyway,
Was that Sheila or Sherry?
Sheila Hutchinson was her
Okay.
friend.
Were you ever confronted by anybody about the affair?
No, sir.
Gary never said anything to you?
He did not know. He had suspicion maybe at the end.
Now, you've heard us talk about the $50,000 loan or whatever you want to call it. Are you familiar with that idea?
I wasn't involved in that. I don't know about that.
What I want to ask you, though, is during the time, did the defendant write you checks for things?
She did help me with payroll once or twice.
And how much money during that time did she give you?
It was a few $1,000s to make payroll.
Would it be closer to $10,000 or closer to a few $1,000s?
It could have been 6,000 or 8,000, somewhere like that, to make payroll.
Okay. And that was in 2000, I believe 2009. Would that be right?
I'm thinking so.
Is it true though that she did write you several checks that worth several $1,000s?
Yes, sir.
And you said it was for payroll. Tell us about that.
I have a building company. I had a building company at that time.
Did you ever use that money for anything with Kay Walker, her mother?
I'm sure I probably did.
And did you ever say it was for that, but it was for something else?
I don't think that I did.
So is it closer to 10,000 or closer to 15,000? What do you remember?
I'm sure it's closer to 10 than 15. I don't know that.
And she would write you personal checks for this?
She has.
How many checks do you think she's given you in any shape or form? How many checks has she
Probably
written?
not more than 2 or 3.
Do you know if she ever had more money than that?
She told me that she did. I think it was maybe when she was handling her mother's affairs or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Did she tell you whether or not she took that out of the account that she and Gary had over the house or something?
I don't remember all that now. I don't remember that.
How much money do you remember her having independently from Gary when they separated?
I don't know about her finances and things.
How long was she separated that you know of where she was not with Gary during this time?
I think it might have been maybe a month. I don't know that for a fact.
You don't know exactly how long it was?
No, sir. Like I said, she would come into town and then she would go to her friend Sheila's house or something along those lines, or go somewhere else.
And was she coming up, was it under the guise that she was there to visit her mother, help her mother, but she was seeing you?
Oh, she was helping her mother. Her and Sheila helped her mother get healed up. She had heart surgery and got her back, on the mend.
But she would come up and see you too.
Yes, sir.
And are you saying that the affair itself lasted for 3 years or more than 3 years?
I would say somewhere around the 3 to 4 year mark.
Closer to the 4, maybe?
Maybe so. I didn't keep up with that.
Did she ever tell you that Gary was, because of this, started to control the finances or do anything from the finances?
I think he did that all along.
And did she talk about how she did not have money except for what Gary would give her?
We didn't talk about money much.
She talked about leaving Gary at any time?
She did say he served her with divorce papers, or was serving her with divorce papers.
And you knew that was because of y'all's relationship?
I don't know that it was because of our relationship.
Did you ask?
I did not.
You kind of just let it be?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know whether or not that was followed through or anything?
I don't know.
Now, when did it end?
Probably 4 years. I think it was 4 years before this happened.
This was in July of 2018. So y'all's relationship was over in about 4 years before?
Yes, sir.
So 2018.
Well, I just didn't hear from her. I don't know that it was over. I just didn't hear from her anymore.
it just kind of dissipated?
Yes, sir.
So about 4 years before 2018, so sometime around 2014 is when your relationship with the defendant stopped?
I hadn't seen her or talked to her before that.
So since 2014, give or take, have you had any communication with the defendant?
I talked with her. She came into town one time after Gary passed.
And that's it?
Yes, sir.
So you understand one of the reasons I have you here is that your name was brought up in the investigation as a former, if you would, boyfriend of the defendant.
Welcome
Yes.
back,
So
ladies.
I want to make sure I'm shrinking the world. I want to make sure the jury hears this from you
Yes,
and they see you. In July, this is Riley 1. This is calendar July 2018. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Can you positively look at this jury and tell them that in July of 2018, you didn't step a foot into the state of Georgia?
Yes, sir.
Did you have anything whatsoever to do with and I'm not saying you are, I just want to hear from you.
Mhm.
You didn't have anything to do with what happened to Gary, or know anything about what happened to Gary?
No, sir.
You weren't even in the state?
No, sir. I was not.
Did you have any communication with the defendant or anybody in her family about what happened?
No, sir.
It's not till we contacted you, someone from the district attorney's office years ago, I think, reached out to you?
Well, I think I talked with Sherry about that. That was about it.
So if this occurred, it did occur in July 2018. Gary was killed in July 2018.
Mhm.
When was the last time you were physically, in any shape or form,
Welcome back,
in the state of
BS
Georgia?
Ash.
It'd have to be 4 years before that.
Welcome back, for
Nothing
soldier.
else, young.
Sure.
Oh, thank God they didn't say she was dating him at the same time. Oh my God, I was gonna
Mr. Wiley,
die.
Yes, sir.
my name is John Luke Weaver, and I, along with Michael Ray, represent Melody.
Judge, I apologize. The judge just indicated to me that she couldn't hear me speaking my phone.
Speak up, speak up.
Yes, sir.
Again, my name is John Luke Weaver, and I represent Melody. Got a few questions for you on timeline. So you guys were together, you think, between 2007 and maybe 2010?
Something like that.
Something like that, because you said 14, but it'd be more like 2007 to 2010. Right?
Probably so.
Okay, all right. And the state mentioned something about some money that Melody loaned you, $6,000 to $8,000, and you paid it back to her, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm just going to ask you. I mean, y'all didn't really talk about Gary at all, did you?
No, sir.
And Gary never had any crosswords with you at all about
Never.
any of this.
Never.
And y'all didn't talk about it at all.
Never.
Any of her kids have any crosswords with you ever? Scott or Chris?
No, sir.
And so really you hadn't seen Melody since 2010. It's been about, 14 years?
Yes, sir. I'm guessing that's correct.
Somewhere in there.
Yes, sir.
And it just fizzled out.
We just went different ways, I guess.
Nothing, y'all didn't talk about Gary or anything to do with Gary.
No, sir.
Okay. If I may have a few moments. Judge.
Look how little she is.
Redirect,
That's the first time I saw her whole body.
Thank you,
She
sir.
is tiny.
You just made me release.
go ahead. That's fine.
Okay.
Call your next witness.
And that's it from Ted Wiley. Okay, like that was a lot of a nothing burger. That was a huge That was a huge nothing burger, right? And like Miss Steph 219 so aptly pointed out, today is Astute Wednesday, okay? Because on Wednesday today, from earlier today and now night court, y'all have just been like hitting it on a nail, right? Very astute Wednesday, okay? But anywho, I think the only purpose of that was to absolutely embarrass her and shame her. All of her men sold her up the river. Exactly. Ted said all he wanted was some. I think all Ted wanted was a loan. Now, if it would really, I think if the defense knew now what if the defense knew then what they know now, I think they should have put him in the mix as a probable or possible shooter. You know what I'm saying? You mean you never did pay Melody back the money? Did you think that you owed her something? Did you think that she didn't want to be miserable and the only way you could pay her back? That's what I would have done. I would have made him the possible shooter. Okay, he looked guilty of something. He, like Lady Tia said, his face too red. Okay, period. Period. Now let me find this. I didn't know it was that. Well, I knew it was quick. So one moment, I have it. Okay, Demetria. Okay, Demetria. You put this on the playlist. Let's find the one that you want very easily. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. We got the whole show tonight, so we can definitely go ahead and conclude it tonight and listen to the we can listen to these prison tapes. It's a whole bunch of them. And I think from a little bit I heard, this might be where she starts sounding kind of guilty. Not to me, of course. She'll never sound guilty to me. What is, I looked over there real quick and Foot Soldier was booing. Who you booing, girl? Let me okay, I gotta switch over because it's not coming up on this under Trial Watch with Demetri. One moment. Sorry about that. Talk amongst yourself.
It's a Tuesday. July 24th, 2018, I think is a Tuesday.
Way the entrance wound.
Demanding money of the.
Could washing towels that have blood on, could that affect it and make it be inconclusive?
It's possible.
Could chemical.
Qualify Melody as a caring person.
Very much so.
Last night, Ned and Alan came.
Interview witnesses.
Like I said,
Okay, I found it here. It was day 11. Okay, so let me pull it up. Let's get it to the part. Boom.
Today.
Okay. No, I like that. Let's do it like this. Ciao. Okay, there we go.
I make a bad joke with jurors from time to time that
Got it. Now Melody is going down.
I want to start a
You ain't been in contempt this week. You're doing good so far. Don't push it, Foot
new
Soldier.
show with Dick Wolf and NBC called Law and Order Jury Duty, where we're gonna show y'all being sent out back and.
Do you know if they
Play it now.
All right, jailhouse tapes.
to remain on the line? Hold for acceptance.
It's 8 minutes and 3 seconds. All right.
This is a prepaid call from an inmate at a correction. Your call has been accepted. Hello? Hello. Hey. Hey. No, hit it back down.
Hey, Ma.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Are you going to drop out of the house while you're out tonight? I guess. Are we? We can. Yeah, just drive by there and see what's going on. Okay. What are you doing? Well, I came back downstairs and London. I've been walking, and then it came that I got phone time. So. Oh, well, good. Oh. Yeah. I was on the phone with David when you called. He wants to meet up and have dinner and all that. Okay. But I don't have time for that. So I've got to get all that stuff written down for your attorney. Okay. Give this tomorrow. So I've got to go home and get started on that. Okay. But what kind of stuff, do you know what kind of stuff that they send from that jail pack? Do it now? Yeah, just look it up. Yeah, I'm just going to look it up and see.
No, we're here for you. Hang in there. We're going to do whatever we can to make this shit go away.
Yeah, no. It hopefully will go away sooner than later.
Yeah. I don't care when it go away.
Right. Well, I'll just be glad to be able to talk with you all in person. Yeah. But, I mean, are we ever going to get that chance? Yeah. Right. That's good. Just watch your back.
We definitely will.
I was going to say, you haven't seen anything funny going on the cameras at home, have you?
No. Every time they go off at work, I look. Every time.
Okay. Well, is Martha Jane keep a check on Chris on Facebook? I don't know. She hasn't said anything, but I figured I'd call her at some point tonight. And see if she's heard anything. But you said something about a picture? Chris taking a picture? Of what? I don't know. A picture of you to the paper? Yes. Have you seen it? No, I haven't. I just heard about it. I couldn't find anything. I don't know what it is. Well, I don't know if it was on the news or in the paper. I figured they just copy everything online. I thought. But I haven't seen anything yet. But all I do is I'll occasionally check online. I can't watch the TV or read the news. Well, I know that one of them was on the news. I think it was either, well, I don't remember now what she said that it was, that said that the media said that it had been sold to them. All about that money. That's what it is. Money, money, money. Yep. Do you know if they talked to Martha Jane when they were up there? I don't think so. I think that, I think Rusty told her what was going on, but I don't think so. Okay. They said they wouldn't be going back up there, so I don't know. Well, you can't believe anything they say. I can't believe anything what anybody says anymore. Sure. The hardest part about the whole thing, you don't know who to believe. No. And a certain now what's his face? Michael, is that his name?
Welcome back, Louis.
When they're meeting with tomorrow, he said he knows Jeff. Yeah, he talked to him today in court. They had a discussion about the case today. I don't know what that pertains to, but he's going to tell me tomorrow. Well, I know he's going to be very careful over the phone and over email with you. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. But he should get we should get a very interesting. I mean, you still got that email that you sent to Diane. Oh, well, yeah. But that's just about them, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, he has notes and stuff like that, but I just want to make sure he has all the information that he could possibly. You there? Yeah, can you hear me? Okay. Yes. Well, I thought Alan looked good, though. Yeah. David said I don't think he's as sick as he plays it on to be. Okay. But, yeah. David kind of laughed about it, but.
He just did. He don't think it says he is, but he just did.
Right. Alrighty. Well, I got to go, so. Anyway, another day down, so. Figured, today is for the week. We're here for you, and we're doing everything we can. I know you are. Just remember, our biggest concern is you and only you. Stuff is just stuff. And karma is karma.
Welcome, VA Sag. This is the jailhouse calls. Hush up, Rock. These are jailhouse calls from Melody to different people. This is the first one. I do believe, I say get gossip. I'm in the gossip on this here. This is her on the phone with her daughter Emily, the only one who stayed by her side, and her Emily's husband. What's his name? I think maybe his name is not Emily, Amanda, and Amanda's husband Chad.
Karma is karma. Exactly. Did they give you those phone numbers? No. And your reading glasses? Yes, I got my reading glasses. But there was not a piece of paper in there with two phone numbers on it? They just handed me my glasses. Sure. I had Martha Jane's number on here. That's okay. Did you want it? Yes. Can I give it to you now? Yeah. You ready? Yes. 931. Okay. 581. Okay. 3343. Okay. You can call her and talk to her. I'm sure she'd love to hear from you. All right. All right. Well, I guess just call me whenever you can, please, and I look forward to hearing from you. Well, I'll just wait since I've only get it basically one call or 1 15-minute slot, and I'll call you tomorrow when I know that you will have time to met with him. How's that? That's good. All right. Fine. Okay. Talk to you later. Okay. I love you. Love y'all. Bye.
Next is calls to June 26, 2019.
Oh, they gonna keep going, y'all. Let's see. But y'all heard I asked about Mary Jane?
Remain on the line. Hold for acceptance.
It is 2 minutes and 9 seconds long.
This is a prepaid call from. Your call has been accepted.
Hey. 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 I spoke to your attorney. And I can't say good things because obviously we're stuck in this situation. But everything is handled as can be handled. Make it quick because we're fixing to get a lockdown. All right, you're going to probably see a guy come to meet you tomorrow. You need to sign off saying that we're allowed in the house and that we're allowed to put the lock. Okay. Because Scott and I are getting the lock changed tomorrow evening. Because Scott told Elaine today at the showing that he had ownership over everything. That it was his siblings' responsibility to make sure everything was theirs and protected and blah, blah, blah. All right. So we're getting that handled. So just sign that and we'll get the locks changed on your house. And what? We're going to get the locks changed on your house. Okay. Because all of that stuff is yours. Every single bit of it. Every bit of it. Okay. So Brad and I are going to do everything we can to protect it. Okay. Did Rusty give you the list of things to get out of there?
Yeah, he gave me a pretty good idea. I don't have to remind you, but yeah, I do.
Okay.
So once
Well,
you sign that paper, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna get that stuff.
okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep a running list, and then that way I can give to him. So
Okay. Are you okay?
I am. I'm good. You think it was a good meeting with him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hang in there. Keep it safe.
I will. Okay. I gotta go.
I love you.
Love you.
Next is calls 3, June 27, 2019.
To remain on the line. Hold for acceptance.
8 minutes and 36 seconds long.
This is a prepaid call from an inmate at a correctional facility. Your call has been accepted.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
I just talked with Michael's, I guess, I don't know, sidekick, two of them.
His notary?
Well, they came, well, I don't know. He just took kind of what happened on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then I signed that piece of paper.
Wait, what about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
About what happened Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday a year ago.
Oh, they talked to you about that.
Yeah. And then I signed that piece of paper giving you all permission to get in the house and that kind of stuff.
Did it give us permission to change the locks on the house?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And did you
So
put
I'm gonna
Martha
have
Jane's
Chad-
name down on that?
I mean, I can. I didn't
Well,
know.
no, it was on there, but there was a name on there I didn't recognize, but it was Barton, and it had to have been hers, so I just wrote Martha outside of it.
Oh. Maybe it was Rusty's? I don't know.
No, it wasn't. No, I mean, it was like, it would have been a variation of Martha, but that's not what it was. So I just marked it through because it was not a real name, and just put Martha and left Barton on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why they would put her on there, but whatever.
I don't know either. But it was yours and Chad's and Elaine's and David and Alan, and then hers.
Yeah. And his attorney people are supposed to be able to get in there. He said he was going to put his attorneys and stuff on there. But
Yes, and they are allowed in there.
yeah. So shit's going to hit the fan tonight when we go over there to get those locks changed. But we're going to call and see if Cherokee County will escort us out there. So if Scott causes us any issues, then they can just handle him. I don't want to be stuck in a bad situation.
Right.
But
How bad did he get with Elaine?
He said that he didn't show out. He wasn't like whatever, but he was very entitled. He said, this house is mine and my siblings, all of this stuff in it is ours. We're not letting anybody take anything out of it. And this is ours, basically just taking ownership over everything. And
Right.
Elaine didn't want to say too much back to him because it would upset him even more than he already was. So she said that Robin lady that was with her, was right behind her and heard everything. And she said he never really got out of pocket, but he definitely was like, this is mine. And, and he was there the whole time when the people were at the house, looking at the house. He wouldn't leave. He refused to leave. And Elaine had said that she could tell that he had been in the house because she showed it the last time before you went up to Tennessee to be with Martha Jane. She knew kind of where stuff was, and she said that when she came back this time yesterday, things were moved and out of places. So she knew somebody had been in there and the door to the kitchen was unlocked. So that's why it's so important that Chad and I get out there and get those locks changed.
Well, when I tell you I left everything perfect, I did when I walked out that door. I mean, it may not have been everything been vacuumed, but, well, see, she was in it, though, after I left, though, because she said there was a vacuum cleaner out. And I said, yeah, I had left it. out.
Yeah,
But
but she said that there was a medicine ball out in the middle of the living room downstairs, so she put it in the closet in Daddy's old bedroom in the basement. And then when she came back yesterday, there was stuff covered. It was covered all over, and the medicine ball was covered up with something in the closet. Like, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. But she could tell. She was like, I know somebody had been in her house. And the doors were unlocked because she had made sure that the doors were all locked up. And she went there the last time. So, but I'm taking that Sequoia over there. Emily, redid Scott's tax on his car. Obviously, she didn't do the Sequoia or the Mercedes because the emission stuff had not been done. But she did Scott's tax, but I'm not paying the insurance on it. So, that's whatever. I'm taking the Sequoia tonight, and I'm putting it in the garage, and I'm locking it up, and I'm leaving it there. Because it's not my car, and it's going to be with the estate anyway. Jeff's going to have to do something with it.
Right.
So, I'm just going to go drop it off and leave it in the garage.
He mentioned something about the insurance money or the other money. Everything giving you power of attorney to do anything for me. And I do not have a problem with that.
Yes, me and only me.
Do
None of those other kids. I just said me and only me. None of those other kids.
Yeah, I said do not let them, So does Michael understand, I guess, the severity of Christmas tax?
Yeah. Yes, we enlighten them to a lot of key information that they did not know already, because, they kind of walked in this, but down, we sat down for 3 hours. Like, as you know, we could have sat there for 4 days and really gone over everything, but we got them the majority of the key information, all the hard facts. I got that all to them. So if they're in the loop, then I told them to reach out to me anytime, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that they had. But everything is as good as it can be, and now we wait. Because he's, I think it's going to be, well, I'll let you know. Did he tell you about court?
Yes, but do not, do not. And
That's why I just said that.
Yeah, and it can be changed.
Yeah, right, yeah. But I'm going to plan on that. But I'm glad they got over there and were able to talk to you today. Good, yeah.
And he said that Michael may be back this afternoon because we're fixing to go on lockdown here. And
yeah.
So anyway, he said that probably Michael will be back this afternoon, or they would be back this afternoon.
Okay. So, okay.
But
how are you? Did you eat today?
I did. We actually had egos this morning, so
oh wow.
I actually had that, and so that's just keep hope.
Keep hope. I know. I'm trying. My stomach has been. I was so sick yesterday. I called out of work, and so today I woke up and Chad was sick and I was sick. Our insides are just that's okay.
Right. Well, call Rusty back. Tell him that I met with him.
Okay.
And tell him that I basically told. He took notes and the other girl took notes. And that kind of stuff. So he was looking back on his phone. I guess he had the notes that you all had, put in yesterday. So, if I get a chance, I'll call you back. Are you working today?
Yes, I am.
Okay. If I get a chance,
So
but it will be probably this evening before.
Yeah. Well, I'm headed straight out to your house after work.
Be careful.
Yeah, we're going to have to call a police officer and escort it. So hopefully they'll come and do that.
Okay.
But, if not, I'll have Dad. We'll figure it out.
Hey, just keep your phone with you out there so that if I can get hold of you, then I can.
Okay.
Okay. I love you.
All right. I love you too. Thank you.
Next one's calls for July 5th, 2019.
Is
4 minutes and 59 seconds long.
name on the line. Hold for acceptance. This is a prepaid call from an inmate as your call has been accepted.
Hey. Let me caution you not to say anything.
I know. Sherry tried to hug me as we were leaving. That didn't go very well.
See, I never did. He told me do not look back that direction. So.
No, they were all there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Christmas got there?
Yeah, dressed in suits, acting like somebody.
Oh. Is Emily there?
Yep, looking like hell.
Do what?
She looked terrible.
She pregnant?
Nope. Looked like she needed to eat about 10 burgers, to tell you the truth.
Oh, wow. Wonder
Yeah,
who had
it
a
was
look
terrible. It was Chris, because he wasn't there, because he was a warrant out for his arrest. Well, probably, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't want to step foot in the courthouse, but no, she didn't have her there. But John and Nancy were there.
Did you talk to Michael afterwards?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a few questions for people, but otherwise I still stand the way I do.
Do what now?
But I have a few questions, but otherwise, other than that, I still stand where I always stood. So, how are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I am. I mean, they brought me straight back over here, and, you know, I sat downstairs in a holding cell for, 30, 45 minutes, I guess, and then they brought me upstairs, or brought me to my regular place.
We got in the car. I booked out of there because Sherry tried to give me a hug, and I wasn't in the mood to talking to anybody. And so we got out in the car and we were pulling out, and then Michael texted me and asked me where I was, so we came back and talked to him and Scott for a minute.
Was that Scott who was sitting next to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly who that was. And that's who he addressed at the end of it.
Okay.
And it was always a pleasure. But,
So about the carpet
yeah.
on the stairs,
Uh-huh.
I mean, really?
I mean, I figured that's when Motley did it. But I
It
don't
wasn't.
know. I figured if there was, that was because Motley.
Well, Michael said there wasn't.
Well, yeah, that's what I want to know. Why wasn't there any carpet taken? But, we'll talk about that another time, and I'll handle that later. But,
Well, I sat and wrote down everything and told him during the trial what all was, wrong.
yeah, we talked to him during the break and everything.
Okay.
So, he asked a lot of the questions that I want to ask. But obviously, we're getting to the nitty gritty of it later on.
Right.
But
Right.
next, we'll do your bond hearing, and we've got to figure that out. I just don't know if we'll have any property substantial enough to. Because if it's out of county, it's got to be double. So we'll see how that goes, but you'll still have one nonetheless.
Okay. Have you talked to Rusty about what they said?
No, but I was curious to know if you watched it live stream, but no, I have not. I haven't called anybody. I don't feel like talking to anybody.
Right.
I did talk to David briefly, but it was just for a minute or two.
Right. Okay. Well, you need to call him and about that, what they said that he said,
Yeah.
and be very honest with him.
Yeah. One of the only really questions that I have.
Right. All right. Well, first we got back to lockdown, so I was just going to hear your voice.
All right. I love you.
I love you.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Now, y'all know I had to stop it right there, okay? I think these people should audition for the other side of this thing called YouTube, because these two gossiping Bettys just dragged the hell out of every family member in the first 45 seconds of that call. They say Scott was in the suit acting like he's somebody. Emily was up in there looking like hell. Mama say, what? She pregnant? She say, nah, she just look like she need 3 burgers. Then she say, wait a minute. Then they said, well, what about Chris? Oh, he couldn't come because he got a warrant. They are so messy, Boots. Messy. You know what I hope to hear really soon? I want to hear the conversation they had when when some type of evidence came out in the pretrial hearing that really upset Amanda. I really want to hear that. I hope that's coming up soon. But hey, we just got here. The fun just begun. Thank you guys up top who's watching from the clouds or listening from the clouds. We appreciate your support. Please hit the like.
Calls 5, July 5th, 2019. Five minutes and 19 seconds.
It's faster than last call. Only really
Hold for acceptance. This is a prepaid call from. Your call has been accepted.
Okay. Oh, okay. Need him. Picking up Cameron from her friend's house in Jefferson, so we won't be at visitation tonight. Because she has to do a little poop party. You're over here all day. Until noon, but we hightailed it out of there as quickly as we could. You heard from anybody? I talked to Rusty. Did you ever speak to Emily? No, God, no. No. But I told Jeff. What? Did he talk to his attorney when he talked to you? I don't know. I guess so. Oh, he was supposed to have watched it and then. Yeah, he did. But yeah, it's all very unfortunate. Well, I guess I just didn't realize that you could sit up there and lie. Well, I mean, he's under oath. But I know he lied about one thing, so I don't know. Well, I mean, Michael said that they could. Well, it's all opinions and whatnot, so we just got to get into the nitty-gritty of it now, unfortunately. Well, of course, by me not being able to go back and watch it again, I was trying to figure out, remember some of the things and how it was worded. Yeah. Have you watched it again? No, but I was taking notes throughout the whole thing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Patricia stays there for a little while. No. We just went back home after we dropped Cameron off. Went back to the house, took a nap, and then we woke up and came straight up here to come get her. No, I said, was Patricia and Steve there? No. No. So just John, Nancy, and Terry? Yeah. Well, and then Jenna, Chris, Emily, and Don. Okay. So Jenna was there. Oh, yeah. Or did she try to speak to you? Nope. Sure didn't. I did not try to speak to her. All right. But I talked to Jeff again today, and I was like, listen, I am not meeting them out there. I'm not going to be around them. It's just not going to happen. And he was like, okay, well, just call me in the morning, and we'll figure something out. Like, I guess I finally got through to him. Now I'm not talking to them anymore. Said if Scott and I have to pack everything up ourselves, so be it. but I'm not working with them. No. I'm not even going to have a meeting with them. I'm going to jump that hurdle and wait. Unfortunately,
Michael told me that they'd be back over here, very soon to talk to me about it all. So,
what, today?
no, not today. I'm assuming first part of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to get everything, that there's going to be a lot of stuff to go through, so it's going to take a while.
Well, it sounded like they did not have a lot of the test results back.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get that all, and then he said if he needed to hire anybody to go over anything, no, it's just going to take nothing but time.
Alrighty. Just wanted to hear your voice.
Yeah, I'm glad you called so I could forewarn you that we weren't going to be there, man. I didn't want to see people
Well,
showing up.
actually, I didn't think that you would be. I mean, just because you've been over here earlier today and it's storming over here now. So.
It didn't even really, it thundered at our house. It didn't really rain, but it looks like it came a pretty bad storm up here in Jefferson. There's a lot of leaves down and things. So, never truly stormed.
Alrighty.
So I guess just call when you can.
Alrighty. I love you.
All right. No, love you too.
Okay, so I have a question to pose to you guys. Welcome to Trial Watch with Demetra, Judah. She's a wicked, vile woman. Oh, okay. So you got to sit on the right side of the court. No, I'm kidding. Thank you for dropping down into the Lit Lane jury box. Our chat box set down here. Make sure you come again. I have a very interesting question. I think it's interesting anyway. As we listen into these jail calls, right? And we know that Amanda is alienated, whether by choice or just, whatever, from her siblings. With her mom in jail, with her mom being in this situation, do y'all think it was right for her mom not to be helping to try to build a bridge between her and her siblings? Like, okay, well, no, they're not right. They're horrible for how they're treating me, but that's your brothers and sisters, and y'all need to be there for each other. To me, that's what I really feel like as a mom, that's what she should be saying instead of nurturing this divide between Amanda and her siblings. Because now she locked up until the Project Innocence can help her. Right? What? How come y'all all be knowing? Oh, I didn't see this. Okay, feel better, Silky Black. Welcome. Welcome. Hopefully you'll be feeling better real soon with your mouth. But it just seems like, to me right now, she seems like a wicked mother because of the fact that she's not stepping outside of her own personal dilemma, but a relationship and her family. Right now, she's being very selfish to me. Yes, only at this moment she's seeming very selfish to me. Oh Lord, I shouldn't have opened that up. I shouldn't have opened up that chain of conversation. B.A. say the mom has always been fake AF. Oh Lord. You're expecting too much, Judge. Maybe I am. Miss Steph 219 say feel better. Oh, feel better. Black. Lady Tia says mom had her choices. She should have. But Melody had a better relationship, that she had a favorite that she would tell more. Right. But if Amanda is her favorite, wouldn't it benefit her favorite to be able to have somebody in the free world that's for her besides just her husband's? Husband's not promised, but blood is forever. Judah said that's how white families are sometimes, cold as ice. I've seen it before in real life. It's sick. But yeah, I hate that she's doing that. M. Renee said that's because she's trifling. Oh, Lord. Lady Tia said nope. Lady Tia said she didn't care for her sons. Right. She didn't too much care for Emily either. Remember, Emily is the one the daddy put the what is it, cosign for the house, and she was pissed off. As soon as the dad died, she started calling in that loan. You know, I think it's horrible that she's just really not trying to build a bridge between Amanda and her siblings. Okay, M. Renee. Where's the bailiff? I'm finna hold M. Renee in contempt. Not yet. Don't take her yet. Let's continue. I hope Melody don't make me mad tonight. I've been with her all these days. I am Team Melody. Melody, please don't let me down. Please don't say nothing during these jail calls where I just, oh my God. You only got the last few people rooting for you, girl. And Judah is not one.
Call 6, July 8, 2019.
Amanda with the shits. This step says she feels
4
like
minutes and
they
18
murdered her.
seconds.
Oh, well, in her
for
mind.
acceptance.
Yep. Sound like it. Which is selfish and self-centered.
This is a your call has been accepted.
Hello. Hello. What are you doing? Packing up a shipment at work. Do what now? Packing up a shipment at work. Oh, okay. I have to take over Sam's job. She's had her baby. Okay. Is everything okay? Yeah. Right back at work. Just living our beautiful life. Exactly. What's going on in there today? It's linens and towels and clean clothes and all that kind of stuff today. So that's good. Clean clothes are always a good thing. I didn't know how often they would give you clean clothes. Twice a week. Twice a week? That's it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do y'all have to do your own laundry, or do they? No. They bring it in a big thing, and they hand it out to you, and you change, and the other batch. Alrighty then. What did you eat for breakfast this morning? I don't know. Kind of like a biscuit, biscuit and cornbread. That's it? Just bread? Mm-hmm. Did you ever get that food ordered from commissary so you could actually eat something? I did. I can send you those packs that Wanda was talking about so you can actually have something to eat. No, I had ordered, granted, the only thing that's on there is kind of like 3 days. But it's enough to get by, and hopefully it's not going to be much longer. I don't know. Thanks to your boy Rusty. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I'm really mad at him, but I really honestly, I don't want to talk to him. I'm sorry, but I'm just too selfish of them to lie like that. Well, of course, I haven't heard what was really said. But he told me enough that he was being selfish, and if you're telling me you're being selfish, then obviously you know you did something wrong. So, he told you that? The reason yeah. So as far as I'm concerned. He told you that? Yeah, from his mouth. That he was being selfish. And he was scared. He didn't want anything to happen to him. He's a coward. Is that what he called himself? No, that's what I called him. Oh. But he called himself selfish. That's just not a good enough excuse to me to lie like that. I'm not going to say anything in here. I'm just going to take care of it when I get out. I want you to understand that I don't think people have your best interest at heart. I don't know. It just really frustrates me. I go above and beyond for you, and then he doesn't even tell me, that he had done anything like that. So I just walk into it blind, and then we all look like fools. Yeah, and I couldn't say anything, I don't know. That it will be taken care of. Alrighty. Well, we don't have much time, but I just want to tell you I was looking at. Make sure you're okay.
I'll be at work until 5:30, and then I gotta go pick up Chad. All right. We have plans to go home and stay home tonight.
All right.
Great.
I love
you, and I'll call me when you can.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Moving to phone calls between the defendant and Rusty Barton. This is calls.
Hold on. Rusty, hold on. So let me go ahead and say this. So let's just say we have, I think she's saying we have 4 like siblings, and we all have different relationships. I can't imagine being in this situation, and I'm not talking to them to them all. This is fishy and biased. And then I said, I can really picture Amanda and Melody relationship being fed and nurtured off of disdain for everyone else in the family, right? And so the reason why I was going to expound on is saying, you know, Melody and Amanda share that same viewpoint that Big Daddy Gary was way too easy on everybody. Both of them had the same type of mind frame, it seems, about work ethic and a disdain for laziness and mooching off of people, right? And so they probably just really, that's their biggest bond. They were sitting in the house surrounded by moochers and lazy folks, and you know, and both of them had each other to go and vent and gossip to. Amanda holds bones. She definitely knows about the Crown Royal tattoos escapade. Right. I think she knew too. I really, really think. Well, everybody knew. Duh. I'm acting like Ted Wiley now. I hear resentment. She has nothing but resentments against her brothers and sisters. You know, resentment is their biggest bond. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, you got to call for Rusty. They're big time losers.
Call 7, June 22nd, 2019. 6 minutes and 17 seconds long.
Please speak your name into the telephone. Thank you. Please remain on the line. Hold for acceptance. This is a prepaid call from an inmate at a correctional facility. Three-way or call waiting is not allowed and may automatically disconnect this call. This call is also subject to being recorded or monitored, except for privileged communications between attorney and client. Please select from the following options. If you consent to this call being recorded and to accept this call, dial 1 now. To reject your call has been accepted.
Baby,
Baby,
you okay?
okay as I can be. How are you?
I'm okay. Amanda came and Chad came yesterday morning.
I talked to him. She called me as soon as she got out. I talked to her. All this week I talked to her and Chad both.
Okay. Did you see her the other morning?
Yes, I met them Wednesday. Got the puppies, got your stuff. So we got everything.
Okay.
Or they did.
Well, I went before the magistrate judge yesterday. It has been an immediate frenzy here.
Okay, it's kind of hard for me to understand you.
I said it has been a media frenzy here.
I'm sure that's what she said it was at the court hearing yesterday. And, it's, you know, I mean, you look on the internet and that's all there is.
Yeah.
only good part about it now is, Atlanta has so many things going on that it's just one of many. So, but it's getting quite the attention.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably by design, though.
Oh, it is. My cellmate, who is very nice, by the way.
That's what Amanda said.
Very, yeah. And she came in last night and said that at 10 o'clock last night that the media was still surrounding the jail out here.
And she knows because of you.
She does. And the others who had visitors and phone calls and that kind of stuff, of course, their family and friends and whatever had watched the news.
Right.
And she's the word out to don't mess with me. Don't,
Right.
So far, there has not been any trouble.
Yeah. That's good. Hope and pray for no trouble there, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I pretty much it's in a room that's kind of just like a dorm room, and it's got 2 beds and like a mat. And I pretty much stayed in there because I had a horrible cold, and it just felt like crap yesterday and last night. So
right.
Anyway, I just stayed in there, and in that way, But Amanda's at work now, so.
Chad said that he put money in some account that's where you could make phone calls. So
yeah, he did.
Well, this thing shows up as Irving, Texas.
Yeah, that's what Amanda said.
I wish they'd have told me because I almost didn't answer it.
Right.
But then I said, no, I don't know anything anymore, so I thought I better.
Right, and I don't know that it comes up as that every time either.
Right. So I'll just, whatever it is, I'll just answer it. Doesn't matter.
Well, have you seen Martha Jane?
I have. I've been to see her, I guess, every day. I didn't go yesterday, but I've talked to her.
Okay.
I've talked to her every day. But
She
I went
okay?
to see her. Huh?
Pretty
Okay.
outstanding, girl.
She's just devastated,
Do you still have a key or way in her
Yes.
house?
I do.
Right. He'll just go in there and empty out the garbage, and I think there was a wine bottle sitting on the kitchen counter, and he'll just throw that away, and
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Okay.
Tell her I'm okay. But
I will. I will tell her that I talked to you.
right, Amanda's at work or should be at work, so call Chad and tell him that you talked to me,
Okay.
and then tell her I will try to talk to them tomorrow. I don't know how often that I can get on the phone.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna try to come see you tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Tell her to
I think
see you.
Elaine tried to come to see you yesterday, but you can only have one visit per day out of the way it's
Right.
handled.
Right.
And she said, I'm gonna
Right.
go see Mama again Sunday.
Right. Okay. There's a time limit on this. I got to go. So I'll try to call
Okay.
you again as soon as I can.
Okay.
Okay. Paul.
Love you.
I love you.
Paul.
Paul.
Did they tell you all?
Do it.
Did Amanda and Chad tell you all?
I did.
Okay. All right. Strong.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I love you.
What house did Rusty have a key to?
Bye-bye.
Oh, my kids already. They said
Calls 8. June 24th,
Wait,
2019.
wait. So what house did Rusty have a key to? Because she said, yeah, go in and take out the trash, and they had a can on the counter. At first, I thought she was saying, well, do you still have a key like to Martha Jane house? It can't be no way under the sun that Rusty would have a key to the farmhouse. What house y'all think they was talking about? Oh, Tanya.
5 minutes and 50 seconds long.
Now you say Martha Jane. Okay. Oh, okay.
This is a prepaid call from an inmate at a correctional facility. Three-way or call waiting is not allowed and may automatically disconnect this call. This call is also subject to being recorded or monitored, except for privileged communications between attorney and client. Please select from the following options. If you consent to this call being recorded and to accept it, your call has been accepted.
David,
Darling,
what you doing?
fixing to grill some steaks.
Okay.
What you doing?
Ding.
Got the phone working?
We did.
No, good.
Mhm.
About time.
I know.
You okay?
I am.
Okay.
She talked to Amanda last night.
I did.
To explain to her about a chess match.
No. No, I didn't explain nothing.
Okay.
Just a lot going on.
Mhm.
Have you been interviewed?
No.
Okay. I'm going to be tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
I.
My two favorites.
Oh. Well, Amanda said her Wednesday, but I did not know who she was referring to.
Said what?
Amanda said she was on Wednesday.
I thought she was meeting with the attorney on Wednesday.
Okay. Well, I did not know who.
Yeah. I think she's meeting the attorney on Wednesday.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Okay. Well, there is a well-played orchestra.
No, I'm sure.
Did Amanda tell you about Chris?
No, I don't guess.
Okay.
I'll ask her.
Okay.
She told me that Scott had contacted her, but I hadn't heard anything new about Chris.
Right. Oh, Chris paid.
To see you? Huh?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Understand?
Well, I'll ask her.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing, King Ladarius, and welcome to the Lit Lane Jury Box. That's what we call our chat family here. I appreciate you being here, sir. Glad you feel free enough to drop down. Keep coming back. Good, we're getting some men around here. Get a male point of view.
Interesting.
Judah and King Ladarius.
Yeah, we've been in lockdown all day today.
Oh, have you?
But for just a very few minutes. So Amanda's supposed to be bringing my cellmate shoes over here. I told her that she had to have slip-on shoes to wear. So as opposed to we've got like rubber flip-flop kind of things that you wear with hot.
But who had to wear slip-on shoes? You or her?
Her.
When she came and see you, she had to wear slip-on shoes?
No. My cellmate does.
Oh, okay.
She hurt her foot. So they're making her with Amanda's supposed to be bringing them over here tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So she had to have them by 8 p.m. tonight, or they were going to lock her up in medical.
Oh, so she's gonna bring them up there tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I won't see her. She'll live in the front desk.
Right.
But anyway, at least I finally got my glasses today.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And anyway, I finally got a yeah.
Well, just hang tough.
I am.
I know.
Have you seen anything on the media?
No, there was a little bit, but it's gone away. There wasn't much said up here about it, and that's gone away. The car is still sitting right where it was.
What car?
The Mercedes.
Oh, she left it there?
Yes.
I'm not biased.
Yeah. Decided they wasn't going to bring it back and make things easy for Chris. You know, he's going.
Right.
So it's still sitting up here.
Okay. I got to go.
Okay.
Okay. Love you.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Calls 9, June 26, 2019. 12 minutes and 42 seconds long.
Please remain on the line. Hold for acceptance. This is a prepaid call from an inmate at a correctional facility. Three-way or call waiting is not allowed and may automatically disconnect this call. This call is also subject to being recorded or monitored, except for privileged communications between attorney and client. Please select from the following options. If you consent to this call being recorded and to accept this call, dial 1 now. Your call has been accepted.
Baby,
Darling,
you okay?
I am.
Sure.
I am.
Amanda was here last night. Amanda and Alan came.
Okay. Good. Good. How's Alan?
He was good. He was tanned and, thin, but he's going, I guess, this coming Tuesday for another treatment.
Fine.
So, how's him do?
You know, she's okay, but obviously just tore all pieces.
Does she need you to do anything for her? Because I don't think the others are going to.
I've been over there every day and checked on her,
Okay.
including yesterday evening.
Okay.
And I don't know what the others are doing. I know somebody has gotten the mail that this has been gone, but I've been by to check the mail a couple of times. I wasn't getting it every day, but I can buy a couple of times every time it's been gone. So I figured, well,
It may be James and Sarah.
it could be. I know they've been to see her a couple of times.
Okay. What time did they leave yesterday?
Probably about, no, maybe before that.
How long were they there?
Hour tops.
Oh. Okay. Was Bobby there?
Oh yeah. Wouldn't have met without him.
Oh, okay. Well, Amanda is to meet with the attorney today.
Huh?
Amanda is to meet with the attorney today.
Yeah. You told me that the other day.
Well, I tried to call you last night after she left here, and I didn't get you. So.
It wouldn't answer. That had me a little concerned.
Oh,
It worked this morning.
right. They sent, when Gary died, they sent a pastor, for lack of another word,
Right.
out to the house, and he's been here today.
And he what?
He has been here today.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, that's nice.
uh-huh. Oh, well, let's just say the orchestra is playing well.
Yeah. There's no doubt.
You need to explain that to Amanda,
Okay.
and you need to explain a chess match to her,
Okay.
and make sure she understands.
Okay.
She's supposed to meet with them today at 4 my time, so
All right.
how the kittens doing?
They're good. 2 are gone and 2 or 4 are still there.
Oh, when will they leave?
They left, I think, one Sunday and one Monday.
Okay. Is everybody else okay?
Yes.
Did it make the news there?
No. But didn't. There was something on in Nashville, but to my knowledge, it hasn't been anything in the Oklahoma news.
Okay. What they say in that?
Just reported that somebody was, picked up here for all that. It was, wasn't that bad. I don't know that it was even on the TV. I think it was just on the internet part of it.
Well, Alan said last night that he's been checking like all times of the day, and he said that they had done several retractions.
That they had what?
Done several retractions.
Oh. Okay.
So you can call him. Have you talked to him yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. Have you talked to David?
No, I have not.
Okay.
The only ones I've talked to have been Chad and Amanda.
Okay.
And Martha.
Okay. Well, you need to stress to Amanda that she needs to find out what trouble Chris is in
Okay.
and have that dealt with.
Have that brought up.
Yes, and dealt with. But my donkey, as they call it, is very informative.
Yeah.
She's very sweet.
Remember, it can go both ways.
Very true. Oh, I know.
Amanda said the kids were going to go get everything out of your house.
Yeah, she's trying to have that stopped. So, like I said, a very well played orchestra.
Yeah. Yeah, what they do.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
I think Chad, Scott kept contacting Amanda about his car tag. I think Chad probably finally set it straight. Like, look, he still has to talk to the state attorney. But Amanda said the only person that he's talking to is Chris.
Yeah. The stuff is not as important as you.
True. And that's what Amanda said. She said, Mama, at the end of the day, you are what we've got to take care of.
Yeah. That's the thing that's important.
Right. They're not going to want anything sentimental thing.
Yeah. And they'll make sure she don't get it, probably.
Yeah.
that concerned her, but she said, I just figured if there was anything she needed to get, she better go get it.
Yeah. You know, I would like to tell her when you talk to her that there's 2 clocks in my study. They belong to my grandparents, but I really would like for her to get out. There's that antique gun that's in the basement. It's my grandfather's, but I really would like for her to get out. But
Okay.
I mean, I have thought of just anything else. My daddy's picture hangs in the study, but I think that she will, you know, but the other she won't think about,
Right.
you know, getting. And tell her that my grandfather made 2 brackets out of a cherry limb that gun hangs on downstairs, and to take those.
Okay.
And there's some jewelry in the chest in my bedroom that's in the top right-hand drawer, and it's in like a folded velvet kind of thing. Tell her to get that out.
Where's it at?
In the chest of drawers in my bedroom in the top right-hand corner. And then tell her to go through the 2 top drawers, and there's jewelry and stuff some left in there.
Okay.
And I told her to go downstairs, and I think that's where that it is. If it's not, it's in the cedar closet upstairs, that box that I had in your gun safe that had my birth certificate and all that kind of stuff in it. She needs to find that and get it. Like now. Because they don't need my birth certificate and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay.
And, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's just stuff. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things I'd like to eat, but I don't know that they will actually, because I told her, I said, remember, innocent until proven guilty. And that's what the judge kept saying the other day. And I said, I don't understand, because I haven't done anything. And at the end of the day, they may wait till the last second and then not let them out. But at least they pull the media away from here. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get off. The time is up. You there? Baby? Hello?
Rusty then fell asleep on the phone. Rusty put down the phone and walked away to go see what his girlfriend Christina up to, and just left Melody on the phone, just talking. But that's probably because Melody is sitting there on the phone giving everybody instructions and marching orders. You know what I'm saying? Which is so strange. About when people go to jail, all of a sudden they want everybody else in the free world to just take care of their every need and demand and run errands for them and put all what they need as a priority. It was just like, no, you're doing the time. I'm not doing the time. You didn't take care of your business that well when you was out here in the free. You know, there is, I know there's some audacity folks have when they locked up. But anyway, we about to get to these closing arguments because I wish we would have started. I want so bad. I want to start so bad with the defense closing argument because look at the thumbnail. Hold on. Let me show y'all the thumbnail. But we're gonna stay in order. We're gonna stay in order. Let's see. Let me show y'all the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail, child. It's like the defense really was putting on a hell of a show, okay? But we'll stay in order, of course, and start with the defense closing arguments, then go to the prosecution. Now, I keep wanting to say this, and I keep forgetting, but I must admit, okay, when we've talked about several times about how would Melody be able to pull this off, quite a few times, several times, the Lit Lane jury box said and made mention of she could have used like a sheet and put something up, put the body on the sheet and then drag it because it make it easier to move. Y'all said that several times. And I was like, no, it's no way. That still would be hard and difficult. Now, when I was at the vet Monday with Apollo and Rock, I did notice something or see something in action that made me think about this trial. So when we were sitting in the waiting room waiting to get called, it was like a 2-story building, and some of the workers or whatever, they came out the back and then they went up the stairs to the second floor. And then when I was being nosy because there was nothing else to look at, I was watching, and the two women had this big old box, right? And they needed to get the box from upstairs to downstairs. And so they put the box on a tarp, right? A tarp or a sheet or something like that. So they was using that method. Now, mind you, it was a big old box. It was two women, and they was going down some stairs, but they was able to get it down. And once they got it going, it was kind of simple. But as I was sitting there watching them and thinking about this trial, right, I was like, at first when they was at the top, they was struggling a little bit, like they couldn't figure out how to do it. And I was like, yeah, so how in the hell would Melody do it? Exactly, Winter. So exactly. But I did get to see that in action, right? And I can see how, yes, okay, how it can be plausible. But again, that was two women. We still talking about 4'11", 115-pound Melody Farris, who was supposed to have shot and killed her husband Gary, who was over 6'5" tall, dead weight, pardon the pun, 300 pounds. So no stairs, no, well, as you say, downhill, but she would still have to drag that body all the way out. And it's no way in the world she could, okay, say she would have tied the body on the tarp to the back of whatever to get down there. It would have been drag marks. It wasn't no drag marks. So that means she would have had to got the body off of that tarp into the wheelbarrow, into the tractor. That still requires some type of lifting. Unless she was able to use the tractor to kind of put like the thing down and scoop it under them, She had to have help, bottom line. Exactly. Living say, I'm not saying it was easy, but it's doable. Well, yeah, I can see more how it's doable, but I just don't see. But we still haven't heard of not one iota of a motive, even though the state doesn't have to prove a motive at all. A motive just helps. I think she rolled the body into the tractor, scooped it up, and went on. Right, but they didn't even find tractor marks. What about that? Winter say in no way she would have been able to keep complete control, even using a tarp. Correct. Miss Steph 219 say not as tiny as she is. Correct. Unless she had help. Correct. Renee said, you said going downstairs about at the bed. Yes. Melody was just sliding Big Daddy, big ass, big ass across the floor. The tractor had a bucket and she could scoop his big ass up. Damn. But it wasn't even any tractor marks, so to speak of. Okay. I'm just saying. So let's get these closing arguments. Y'all have been an excellent, well, I ain't gonna stretch and say y'all been an excellent jury. Y'all have given me a lot of problems, but y'all have been an excellent jury, in other words. No drag marks, Miss Steph 219. Thank you very much. People use fixes every day to move heavy objects around. So she may have Googled it. Well, Martha Jane was Googling stuff. Did they check her internet search records? Not that we heard, but this is the best. Boom. There go Winter. Free Melody. I'm gonna write the Innocence Project. Project Innocence. I'm gonna write them and tell them they need to take on this case. Okay. Period. Okay, I don't know what I got going on here. So y'all can't hear anything. I did something wrong here. I was saying good night to Lady Steph. I was trying to read these notes and I was trying to pull it up. She had a bum shoulder, not guilty. Not even, she had a bum shoulder and a bad knee. Okay. Went to say, regardless if she did it, she had help or she was the one that set herself. Wait a minute. Regardless if she did it, she had help or she was the one that set herself by covering the person that set herself up for the person that did it, her son. Living says, my husband is 6'4" and about 270. Don't make me do a demonstration. Yes, I demand a demonstration. I want to see you put your husband laying just flat out on the floor. I want to see you roll his body with no help from him, roll his body over onto a tarp, and then I want to see you drag him through at least 2 rooms in your house or one, out the door and into the driveway. Okay. I would love to see that demonstration. Let me see. Okay, King Ladarius say the son did it. The son absolutely did it, Ladarius, King Ladarius. The son did it. And guess what? Scott, the drunk and everything, he the one who thought about the plan. Not Scott. Chris was I hate to use the word mastermind. Hey, Candy, because he was nobody's mastermind, okay? But Chris, the oldest brother, the real bum, he sat back and thought of the plan. He talked Scott, the flunky, into doing it. And they set up Melody to take the fall. And because they down in the Bible Belt, because of her, let's just say her misfortunate proclivities with the men and everything, she was automatically found guilty when all she was guilty of was being a little bit slutty. Only a teeny bit. Closing arguments, and yes, let's see if we get that demonstration. Take one for the team. Living. I'm gonna cut it down, so I'm gonna have it cut up for the I had it cut up for the recordings.
This case is about Gary Wayne Farris.
We need to be on the same page.
Okay.
All right. And so I don't want to be confused. But I remember you telling me he's on the burn pile.
Mm-hmm.
Where, were you lying about Scott? Scott, I mean, you think what? I don't, you tell me what happened.
I can tell you that there should not have been as much damage as there was done.
I don't know what that means.
That body should not have been burned up.
This case is about Gary Wayne Farris. And you're here because Melody Farris shot him, concealed his death by putting him on a burn pile on their property like he was trash. This is not a chess match or a well-played orchestra, as Miss Farris would lead you to believe. This is murder, and it is not a game. Murder is the highest crime we have, and it is your duty to hold people accountable when they commit that crime. Murder does not happen often in Cherokee County. You are in a unique position as a juror, as a Cherokee County citizen, to make sure that remains the case. And to hold people accountable who commit those crimes in your county, to your citizens. You have heard 3.5 weeks of evidence, maybe 4, I've lost count. But today, I'm going to go over the law with you and how you apply that law to the facts and the evidence that you've heard. The law instructs you to determine the facts. The facts are for you to determine. We have presented you the evidence, the witnesses, the exhibits, but you get to determine what happened in this case. And then you will apply the law that the judge instructs you to those facts. You are bound by the law. After the judge instructs you on the law, as he stated he will do for about 40 minutes or so, you will be armed with not only all of the materials that we gave you, the evidence, but you will also have the tools, which is the law. You will be in the position to convict Melody Farris. We talk about duty a lot, a juror's duty. You took an oath. The object of the discovery, the object is the discovery of truth. It is your duty to seek the truth of what happened to Gary Farris. You are not to seek doubt. All of the evidence before you points to her guilt. It is not your duty to go through all of that evidence, to find all the holes that are unreasonable, and to come up with some hypothesis that it doesn't even make sense. Your duty is the truth. And see, the defense wants you to ignore all the evidence that points to their client's guilt. They don't like the truth. They're going to lead you in a different direction. That will not make sense. That is not reasonable. Stay on the path of truth, and you will come to the conclusion to convict Melody Farris. The defense is going to talk about the state's burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. As the state, we have to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. But that is just that, a reasonable doubt, the doubt of a fair-minded, impartial juror seeking the truth. If there's a doubt in your mind, it has to be reasonable to acquit. It cannot be a doubt that makes no sense that you have no answers for. That's not a reasonable doubt. And in this case, we have proven it beyond a reasonable doubt. All of the doubts that they're going to get up here and try to plant in your mind are not reasonable. And the evidence shows that. And the law demands it. The defense is going to want you to believe that this standard is unattainable. They may even show that stair-step picture that they showed an opening of each burden as it gets higher and higher with reasonable doubt at the top. You cannot define reasonable doubt with steps. It is defined in the law.
All right, we're going to hit pause on the prosecutor's closing argument here. We have to slip in a break. We'll get you back in the courtroom live next.
Each day with my mother was pretty much the worst day of his life. And she screamed, "I can't wait till the day he dies."
It was just a weird feeling. It's just something did not sit right.
So you would financially benefit if your mother is convicted of murder?
I guess you could say that.
The prosecution says there was only one person responsible for Gary Farris's death, and that is the defendant, Melody Farris. Let's go back in and hear more of their arguments now.
It is defined in the law. It is not to a mathematical certainty. It is not beyond all doubt. Beyond all doubt is unattainable. Crimes are not committed for everyone to solve and know about every single detail. Crimes are committed and concealed because no one wants to be caught. That's what you have in this case. no square circles. Essentially, that's what the defense is going to want you to figure out. How to make this circle into a square. We can't do that. That's impossible. The pieces fit together and they show the truth. We asked you in jury selection about your experiences in your life, things that you've been through. We're asking you to bring your common sense and reasoning into that deliberation room. Do not leave it behind. Because common sense and reason gets you through life. That's what you need to apply to this case. You make inferences, you can make deductions, and reach the conclusions based on what you know, what you've experienced, the evidence, your common sense. That's how you'll reach the verdict in this case. In the beginning of this case, you were informed that you must be an impartial juror, not biased to either side. Impartiality, that's the starting point. And that she has the presumption of innocence. Well, that was 4 weeks ago. That was before you heard all the evidence. That was before you actually realized that she's just cloaked in all her lies. You no longer are impartial. You have all of the information, all of the evidence. And that leads to one conclusion, which is that she's guilty. She is no longer presumed innocent in your eyes. That is no longer where she sits. There are two types of evidence that the judge will instruct you on, direct and circumstantial. A lot of shows and podcasts and commentators, they all say, well, it's just circumstantial. Right? We've all heard that. But the law says you give whatever evidence, whatever weight to whatever evidence you want. There is no legal difference between circumstantial or direct. You could have the most convincing circumstantial evidence, and yet the direct evidence is just, well, maybe. Or you could have evidence that's actually both. Let me give an example. I have a 3-year-old, and the other night he was eating dinner at the table and I ran upstairs to go get his sister's pajamas or something. We have a box of cookies on the counter by the cookie tin. They weren't in the cookie tin, they were in the box. And I come downstairs and he had crumbs all over his face. There was a cookie missing. And so based on that circumstantial evidence, I could infer my child stole a cookie out of that cookie box. I'm not going to infer that some cookie fairy came into my house and took it. That's not reasonable. But that is circumstantial evidence. Now, had the box been knocked over on the floor and the crumbs sitting there on the floor and my dog is laying on the couch licking his paws, well, that scene points to my crazy dog probably jumped on the counter, got a cookie out of the box and ate it on the floor. I don't have to see who took the cookie to know who took the cookie. And the scene leads me to believe it's one or the other. Because I know my child and I know my crazy dog. So circumstantial evidence is a conclusion that you can reach based on inferences. Direct evidence is something you heard, saw, tasted, smelled. Scott seeing blood on the floor in the basement. All of the testimony you heard, those are things that they experienced firsthand, the witnesses. It's direct evidence. There is no legal difference. You give whatever weight to whatever piece of evidence you deem appropriate. You get to determine the credibility of all the witnesses in this case. To do that, you can consider all the facts and circumstances of the case, and on the next slide, there's going to be a non-exhaustive list of other factors. In this case, motive, bias, all of those come up. Scott, Emily, and Chris will not get their father back. Whether they get up there, they have no motive to lie to you because Gary's not walking back through that door. That's their mother. They have no reason to lie. They don't want this. They don't want her sitting there. They don't want Gary gone from their lives. All they wanted is for you to have the truth. Martha, she is the epitome of a credible witness. Look up credible witness in the dictionary. It's a picture of Martha Barton. She loved Melody. She knew it was the right thing to do to come in here and tell you people the truth because you need to know the whole story. She had no motive to lie.
Welcome, Maria. Glad you dropped down. Hope you subscribe. Keep coming back.
Consider all of these factors when you're giving credibility to a witness. All of the facts and circumstances which they testify, their manner of testifying, their means and opportunity of knowing facts, the nature of the facts, the probability or improbability of the existence of that fact, the interest or lack of interest in the outcome of the case, and their personal credibility as you observe it. You actually weigh people's credibility every single day without really thinking about it. You choose who your friends are, you choose who you want around your family, who you hang out with at work. You decide that based on a person's credibility. This is no different. The nature of the facts, the nature about the facts of which they testify, let's talk about that for a second. David, Melody's friend, who came in here talking about his one experience with Scott in the driveway in the trailer, he didn't really have the means and opportunity of knowing the facts surrounding that situation. He knew Melody for like a second. Scott didn't know who he was. You know what Scott knows? Scott knows Melody killed his dad and is running around with Rusty Barton still and letting strangers over to the house and throwing Christmas parties. Yeah, he's gonna be mad. His dad was just murdered and burned up in a burn pile on his own property by his mother. And now some strange man is coming and using his trailer. He's gonna be mad. David had no perception of that. Zero. And he has an interest in the outcome.
All right, pausing it right here. I'm going to bring in retired Lieutenant Mike Gould and get his final thoughts before we hit the break. Mike, so what do you think of the closing arguments by the state?
Yeah, Julie. So thus far, I'm not overwhelmed by it. I like when prosecutors and defense attorneys come out swinging. They're animated. They're passionate. So I think there's a lot of skepticism in my mind. I don't think this is going to be a unanimous jury based on just the limited things I know about the circumstantial evidence, the blood evidence. I don't see it. So I think if the defense attorney comes and plants more reasonable doubt, I think that's going to at least get a hung jury.
Gary Wayne.
Be right back.
I had to wait to see what he was going to say about that.
This case is about Gary Wayne Farris. And you're here because Melody Farris shot him, concealed his death by putting him on a burn pile on their property like he was trash.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm your host, Julie Grant. We're watching
this video for the closing arguments, okay? But it's just not giving me what I need. I'm sorry, you guys, okay? But this has gotten super crazy. Hold on, let's see. Welcome to Trial Watch with Demetri. We are not your ordinary Trial Watch channel. We're a little bit different over here. Let's see. Child, I don't know. Let me try for a different video because this is horrible. Closing arguments. I picked the wrong one to review. Let me see. Let's see. Closing arguments. I should have just picked this one from the beginning. Okay, y'all. I'm getting the actual. Okay, here we go.
Circumstantial evidence.
Okay, I'm right at the part where she's talking about her child and a dog.
This is no different.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
The nature of the facts, the nature about the facts of which they testify. Let's talk about that for a second. David, Melody's friend, who came in here talking about his one experience with Scott in the driveway in the trailer. He didn't really have the means and opportunity of knowing the facts surrounding that situation. He knew Melody for like a second. Scott didn't know who he was. You know what Scott knows? Scott knows Melody killed his dad and is running around with Rusty Barton still.
Yeah, living. I got it with the one girl.
The house and throwing Christmas parties. Yeah, he's gonna be mad. His dad was just murdered and burned up in a
We definitely gonna watch that living.
Property by his mother. And now some strange man is coming and using his trailer. He's gonna be mad. David had no perception of that. Zero. And he has an interest in the outcome of this case. He doesn't want to see his friend go to jail. We've talked about this. You must apply your common sense and reason to decide what testimony you believe or don't believe. Again, you weigh people's credibility all the time without even knowing it. The law allows you and demands that you determine who to believe and who not to believe. And some people, you can believe some things they say and not some things they say, right? Like Rusty Barton. He plays both sides. We know that. We saw that. He wants to stay out of trouble, yet he doesn't want to upset Melody. We know what he said was the truth about her statement, he's in the burn pile, because of the context in which he said it. We know the recantation is a lie because it makes no sense. Why, if she gave that statement at Martha Jane's house after Gary's remains were found, why would Rusty respond with, "Don't tell me anything else"? And he references that 2:20 a.m. call. And then the call you just heard, he references it again. And that was August 2nd of 2018. That is a witness. You'll have to resolve the conflicts of his credibility. But he was up there long enough. Y'all know the kind of person he is. Use your common sense and reasoning. Now I want to talk to you about what she is charged with in the indictment. And you'll have a copy of the indictment in the back with all the charges in it. I'm going to start with 4 and 5. We've got malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, concealing the death of another, and making a false statement. I'm going to start from the bottom and then go to more serious charges.
I didn't know we was past 2 hours, y'all. We'll finish her closing, come back tomorrow with
First
the
of all,
closing and the juror.
If the defense doesn't get up here and concede making a false statement, no credibility to the closing argument. Knowingly, willfully making a false statement in any matter within the jurisdiction of the government of any county. Like Michael Ray said in his opening, lying to the police. I lost count how many times that woman lied to those police. But specifically this charge is about being currently in an affair with Rusty Barton. And y'all heard that voicemail on June, I think it was 25th. It was like less than a week before Gary's remains were found. Call me back, love you. That affair didn't end a year before. She just saw the unraveling. She didn't even own up to any affairs. She lied about Ted Wiley. Oh, we were just friends. We were all just friends. We know that's not true. You literally left your husband and went to stay with him for a significant amount of time. And he had to take the stand and talk about their relationship. If they don't get up here and concede that, you can't give their closing any credibility. Concealing the death of another. Commit this crime by concealing the death of another, hindering the discovery of whether or not such person was unlawfully killed, i.e., putting a body in a burn pile to conceal that he was shot to death. Concealment. Now we're going to go to count 1, malice murder. Causing the death of another person, in this case Gary Farris, unlawfully and with malice aforethought. Malice. That's what this charge is about. Malice is doing something maliciously, which means you have an abandoned and malignant heart. Malice can be formed in an instant. Now, we have a lot of evidence of malice in this case. Malice is not premeditation or anything like that. It's not ill will or hatred, although we have hatred. She despised Gary. That's no secret. She intended to kill him without a legal justification. The state does not have to prove premeditation, although we have evidence of premeditation in this case. Taking that gun from Martha, telling Addison not to spend the night, she knew this day would come. There is no required time to form malice. Like I said, malice can be formed in an instant. Every time she saw Gary, she had malice. Felony murder is another type of murder, which essentially is when you cause the death of another during the commission of a felony. And in this case, that's aggravated assault. Aggravated assault will be defined in the next slide, but it's shooting someone or pointing a gun at someone. That's aggravated assault. And that caused the death of Gary Farris. We do not have to show in felony murder that Melody acted with malice, even though we know she did. This charge does not require malice. It just requires the commission of a felony and someone resulting in somebody dying. The judge will instruct you aggravated assault is a felony. There needs to be what's called proximate cause to the death. So the felony has to have resulted somehow in the death or be connected to the death, which we have. The judge will give you a definition of a simple assault, so you know what assaulted means, assaulted another person with a deadly weapon. And he will also instruct you that a firearm legally is a deadly weapon. We do not have to prove injury, although we have that in this case. It's not required. You can assault a person by instilling fear, but that's not what we have here. We actually have a shooting and we have a death. I want to talk about the state's burden. Like I said, reasonable doubt cannot be measured. They will want you to believe that that burden cannot be reached and it is unattainable. They will get up here and try to instill upon you that there's no way we can ever prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt. Well, that is just not the law. The law does not require beyond all doubt. We need order and justice, and that means we prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. You have more than what you need in this case to convict Melody Farris. I want to talk about grave suspicion and mere presence because I assure you that Mr. Ray or Mr. Weaver will get up here and talk about how we just have grave suspicion of Melody. She was merely present at the home when he died. No. We have way more than that. What they have is a grave suspicion of Scott, which is based on speculation and conjecture. And that's what that charge says. You cannot convict on speculation and conjecture. We can't even indict on speculation and conjecture. That's not even probable cause. Mere presence. Scott wasn't even merely present in the home. He was merely present at the barn. Compare the two, right? Grave suspicion, mere presence. Scott Farris, they have suspicion based on what? He's 6'5", he has a messy apartment, he was in the military. I'm sorry, is that a suspicion these days? Do we have to suspect everybody in the military is a murderer? Grave suspicion, speculation, and conjecture. That's what they're going to throw at you about Scott Farris. That was all their defense witnesses. Well, I just didn't like the way he talked to me. Well, I'm sorry his dad was brutally murdered by his mother. I think he's allowed to be angry. But Melody, we're here because Melody is sitting in that chair. And we have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that she is the one that murdered Gary Farris. The judge is going to instruct you on what impeaching a witness is.
Good night, Lady Tia.
It's essentially showing that a witness is unworthy of belief. You can attack the credibility, and he'll give you all those charges in the jury charge. We saw some of that here. But you know, the person whose credibility that was attacked the most is Melody's. I mean, you saw Amanda sit on that stand, and Mr. Fogus showed her the text messages of Melody lying to her about going to Minnesota. Did you see Amanda's demeanor? Betrayal, disappointment. That's attacking her credibility. She's not worthy of belief. Amanda knows that. Her other children definitely know that. They sat up here and told you that. To that same vein, consider the source of a witness's information. If that witness's information is coming from Melody Farris, it is not worthy of belief. That's how you impeach someone. Every crime must be committed with criminal intent. To determine criminal intent, you can consider words of the defendant, conduct, demeanor, motive, and any other circumstance that you deem relevant. We have a lot of intent in this case. We even have a text message where she says, I told him I hope you die a gruesome death. If that's not direct evidence of intent, I don't know what is. Her demeanor when she found out about Rusty's statement, she was angry. She was mad at him. Her motive, she had plenty of motive. She's the only one that had motive. I've said this. She despised Gary. She hated that he was giving away their money, her money. That was the main motive. Rusty was a bonus. She was mad about that money. And you could tell that was her motive because after the offense, she was on a money hunt. It was all about the money. We'll get into that in the next close. Telling Addison not to sleep over, she had criminal intent that night to kill her husband. And she, one, didn't want witnesses. Two, never told her grandkids that they could not spend the night. Telling people to, shh, I thought I told you to stop talking. Everything she said and did in this case not only proves that she committed these crimes, but she did it with malice aforethought and an abandoned, malignant heart. She stood to inherit all of his money. She burned the remains of her husband for almost 39 years in the hopes it would look like an accident. All because she wanted his money and to live a life with Rusty. In my next close, I'm going to talk about the evidence and why the evidence and the law demands a verdict of guilty in this case.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break. I'm going to try to set up another microphone over here. All right.
That was horrible. That was horrible. In my opinion, you know, you guys can have y'all opinion, but I have seen a million closings, and that closing was not it. It just seemed like it was like so frazzled, you know, just as frazzled as she looked just now. And it's not about her appearance, it's about literally the air she gives off, right? The prosecutor. Just as flimsy as that, how she frazzled as she seems and comes across, that's exactly how she delivered that closing. You know, I agree. Horrible. F for fail. Okay. Miss Steph 219 says she did not have a motive. She was getting whatever she wanted. Right. And even if Gary was giving away, it wasn't like he was just giving away the money by the millions to anybody and everybody. It was their kids. So even if she was mad at Gary because of how he was spoiling those kids and kept coming to their rescue and all that type of stuff, was that really enough of a motive after 38 years of marriage? Would that all of a sudden be enough reason to just do away with him like that? Come on. Blue A say the only part I thought hit was that excerpt from the phone call. Yeah, that was good. The only part I actually kind of felt like hit from the prosecution was when she said that statement about when she started making the points against Melody's character, and when she talked about how Amanda demeanor changed. There go Amanda on the trial, sticking up for her mama as best as she can, just to find out right then and in front of everybody that her mama was still lying about having even went to Minnesota when she was on a trip to Hawaii or Jamaica or something. That was a good point to me. I had to give her that. Exactly. That's not a motive to kill. So the motive, Miss Steph 219 say, hey, where the motive's at? She said, oh, it's many motives. And then she gave two. Money. Because he's giving away the money, boom, to the kids. And two, for Rusty. Girl, y'all think that Melody didn't know that Rusty had another girlfriend? Oh, she knew. She too slick not to know. And Renee says she wanted to part with Big Daddy, but she didn't want to part with his money. That's it. That's all. Girl, I hear you, girl. I hear you. Oh my God, you guys. So we're going to come back tomorrow night. Tomorrow is Thursday, the last night of the week for night court. So we'll end it out with the closing statements. I want to see the defense, do that, whatever type of demonstration. I really want to see that. And then we'll listen to the juror. They have a video with the juror talking about what the jury talked about in behind the scenes in the deliberation room. That should be interesting. And I think that we'll just end this out, you guys, with watching the sentencing again, because we watched it before the trial. Let's see how that scorched earth sentencing sounds to us now that we know all the parties, right? So we go ahead and go. We went a little bit over tonight. And tomorrow night, I'm also going to show y'all some options, and we're going to take a vote on which classic case we're going to start for night court next week. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Shout out to the new subscribers, King Ladaria. Shout out to Judah. Shout out to Maria. Thank you guys for joining us and dropping down. I hope to see y'all again. Hashtag keep Melody free forever. Good night.
Thanks for watching. Do not forget click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Like, comment and share. See you next time.